I was going to save this video for later, but with the NHL on hold and there being a pretty decent chance that we do not see any more Red Wings hockey for a while, I figured I might as well just do this right now. What should Eisman do with his upcoming free agents, restricted or unrestricted? I'm just gonna tell you how I feel. Most of this video will probably be me saying we do not need to bring this guy back or that guy back because, well, we were a pretty horrible team. We were 17, 49, and 5 before the suspension of the NHL season. So the reality is that we don't need to bring a lot of guys back, and we probably should not bring a lot of guys back. We weren't good. Now, I'm not going to go through every free agent, but I decided to find a couple notable ones and talk about them a little bit. Starting off with our unrestricted free agent skaters. On this table, I got the amount of games they played. With Gagne, I only listed his games that he played with the Red Wings, their average time on ice, their goals, assists, and points, along with their even strength goals, power play goals, shorthanded goals, even strength assists, power play assists, shorthanded assists, even strength points, power play points, and shorthanded points. In bold is their goals, in italics is their assists, and if it's underlined, that is their points. And then on the far right is their points per game. And of course with Gagne, I only included his games with the Red Wings. But starting with Gagne, in 6 games with the Red Wings, he had 1 goal and just 1 point. I think we can go ahead and not re-sign him, honestly. If you want to argue, well, we traded for him, that trade was to get draft picks more than it was to get Gagne. I think we're going to be okay with moving on from Gagne. Eriksson, I read that he plans on retiring, so I don't really know how much I need to talk about that one, but in 18 games, didn't record a point of any kind, so even if he's not retiring, I don't think we need to bring him back at all. And with Trevor Daley, he recorded 7 assists and 7 points in 43 games. Now, the problem with Daley is that we need to start getting younger at this point because we are rebuilding. I do not think we need to keep him on the team at this point. But yeah, he's 36 years old, and it's time to just get younger and just draft well and stuff like that. I do not see Daley as part of any kind of long-term plan. Now, Jimmy Howard, I'm not going to just rip on him right here because he had a horrible season, but the team in front of him wasn't exactly doing him any favors. An 88.2 save percentage, a 4.2 goals allowed average, and a 3.56 goals allowed per game. Not pretty stats at all for Jimmy Howard this season. He had some good seasons for us, but it's time to move on at this point. Now, I'm not going to rip him a new one. There's no point in doing that. He didn't have a good team. The team in front of him was doing him no favors, but I don't really think he was making things that much better for the most part. He had some good games at times, but it just didn't show in the record. It's time to move on, and we can just go forward with Bernier for, I don't know how long we'll continue on with Bernier, but I'm fine with Bernier in net. But with Howard, I think it would be best for him and best for the organization to just go ahead and move on. Now, with our restricted free agents, it becomes a little more interesting because there are actually some of them that deserve some thought. I didn't list every restricted free agent we have, but here is what I guess I considered the 5 most notable. Mantha, in 43 games, recorded 16 goals, 22 assists, and 38 points. Mantha actually led the Red Wings in points per game. He was tied with Fabry for leading the Red Wings in power play goals, but he only played in 43 games so far this year. And it's also worth noting that he was tied with Fabry with 3 game-winning goals on the Red Wings. So I guess the biggest concern with Mantha is probably going to be health going forward. I don't know how the whole contracts thing will work out. I don't know how much we would or wouldn't pay him. But with Mantha, I am pretty okay if we decide to bring him back. Bertuzzi, in 71 games played, recorded 21 goals, 27 assists, and 48 points. It's also worth noting that he recorded 14 14 power play points, which was tied with Dylan Larkin for leading the Red Wings in that category. Now, Bertuzzi is by no means a perfect player. Definitely some things to clean up still, but I'm okay with bringing Bertuzzi back. Again, I don't know what the contract would look like, but yeah, I think I'd be okay with bringing Bertuzzi back. Luke Glendening in 60 games recorded 6 goals, 3 assists, 9 points, and I do not think we need to bring him back at all. Yeah, the production speaks for itself. I don't think we need to bring Glendening back this year. Fabry is very interesting. 52 games, 14 goals, 17 assists, 31 points, and as noted earlier, he is tied with Mantha in power play goals in terms of leading the Red Wings. Now, with Fabry, I'm honestly kind of indifferent with him. He had a hot start once he got to the Red Wings and then kind of cooled off a bit. Honestly, I'm indifferent about what Yzerman decides to do with Fabry. And Madison Bowey, second among Red Wing defensemen with 14 assists. And the good news is he is young. So in all honesty, with Bowey, I'm indifferent with him as well as I am with Fabry. So with everything, Mantha, I'm okay with bringing back. Bertuzzi, I'm okay with bringing back. Glendening, I don't think we need to bring him back. Fabry, I'm indifferent with, and Bowey, I am also indifferent with. So, Red Wings fans, if you didn't know already, we are probably going to be in a world of hurt for at least 1 or maybe even 2 more seasons. And there are plenty of players that do not need to be on the team next season. This team has a lot of work to do, and Yzerman inherited quite a mess. But I really believe in this guy. I think he's going to turn it around and get this team back to where it once was. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. What should we do with the players that I went over in this video? Do you think we should keep them, get rid of them? Or are there any other players that are notable that I didn't go over? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you for watching.